Hey everyone, Shawn and Savannah here, and hope you really enjoyed our session last week for the driver draw. That was an absolute blast. You killed it. And so today is the power fade, and you're going to notice that the flights are going to be slightly different. And just to confirm ball position, distance to ball, how closed or open the club face is, there's not a preset, make sure, watch out type of, it's got to be inside the ankle and all that stuff. It's what fits the flight plan.
Yeah.
So when you were doing the draw, we're starting to the left of that intermediate point. We're going at a specific height.
Yeah.
So show me what that looks like. So right now it feels like you're going to catch the tip of the tee on the way up and to the left of that. Show me something to be way too far forward. So doesn't that feel like you'd have to really lunge after it to prevent it from, you know, going to the right?
Yeah.
Show me something that's too far back. Doesn't that feel like an automatic pop fly in the making?
Yeah.
It's like, whew, it's going to hit the ceiling, make a nice big dent.
Yeah.
And where were you again? So right now, you're predicting that when you release in the direction that you want to start the ball into that picture, you're catching it on the way up, so solid contact. You feel that your club face is closed enough that it's going to draw. So now that we're hitting fade, we're going to start it between the windows and fade it back toward the left window. So that's just barely grazing the right edge of that. So if you're lined up here, does it feel like you're catching it on the way up?
Yep.
Does it feel like your face is open enough that it's going to come back?
Yep.
Go for it. Lovely, lovely. So that is fade flavor big time.
Yep.
And that's a really, really good start. So center club face. Now, this is where you have the same upward angle of attack, a little high on the face, which is fine. So 20 degrees launch, that's very high. So your face was a little too open though. It was 4 degrees open to that path. And your path was coming from 1.2 outside in. So your path is absolutely gorgeous. But because your face was too open, we had way too much spin.
Yeah, way too
So it kind of fluttered up there. Because notice your club speed was 101 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Still decent. So let's try that again. All right.
Oh, shoot. That was not a fade.
So your club face wasn't open enough.
No.
Notice there's your, see how you reacted? Right in the center of the face, 5.5 up, but the face is now 2 degrees closed.
Yeah.
So right in between those two, and we have the magic number. Watch your strain. There's a good miss. Really good miss. Sweetie, you missed that 270. So 3 degrees closed to that path. You had a little draw on that right in the center of the face. That was 11 degrees up.
Yeah.
That was a little too much. You kind of
Scraped it.
Yeah, kind of scraped that one.
All right.
So you've got your initial, oh, hang on a second, come on back here. So every time you tee that up, things change, right? So where are we going? Now we're going to go straight over it and fade it back to that left window. Much better. There it is. Beautiful fade.
That didn't go anywhere, though.
I know, you didn't catch it in the center of the face, but that is the flavor we're looking for. You put a 240 down the middle, left center. So path is good. Face is only 2 degrees open now. You just caught it a little bit at the bottom of the club head. That's it. It was just off center. Everything else is right there. You're there. Nice.
That was the one.
Oh, look at that. So I've got that green set up at 270, and off you go over the back of that That was a 283 power fade, girl. And isn't that, you see how we went about that? I love how we zone in on what we're trying to do. And so you're 2 degrees to the left with your path, only 1.2 open with the face. 2,300 backspin. So you did settle that. 8 degrees up, right in the center of that club face, and you got a left spin axis of 3.5. So club head speed was 102, and you're 18 feet from center line.
Yeah.
That's absolutely gorgeous. So notice how, like last week, if you haven't seen last week's video, I invite you to go see that and see the process that we used, because, you know, a lot of, you see how those numbers came out, and you say, well, you have 9 out of 10. There's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you go, okay, I'm going to stay with it. And all of a sudden we got the winner.
Yeah.
So this week it'll be 3 out of 10, nice, 4 decent, good misses, and 3, okay, 240. You know, you lost 40 yards, but guess what? I know that you can hit that 7-iron, you know, your super 7-iron now.
Yeah.
You hit that 170 carry. So big deal, you don't have a 9-iron in your hands. You take that and you're all set.
Yeah.
So you're missing really well. And that's how you get the score.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden next month, because we're training hard, it's going to be 6 awesome ones.
Yeah.
And 4 okay ones or 5 okay ones. And you'll have to go past 10 to find the misses.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's really important. So let me do a couple, actually we should do, check out, we're going to do slow motion, so stay tuned. You'll see slow motions of Savannah and I. I'm going to do a power fade from the right-hand side so you see what that looks like. And then you'll see the slow motions. We'll see in a bit. So I have an intermediate point that I'm going to stay left of. I got the height that I'm going to go with, and I got to stay in that direction with a lot of ease. Here we go. Yeah, there it is. 275 carry. Coming back toward the center. There's a nice 290 fade right down the left center of the fairway salve. A little bit toward the toe, but I had that a beautiful spin axis, just a couple of yard fade. So I'm really, really happy with that miss. That's going to give me birdies all day long, and I can still reach that par 5 and 2 because I don't play from the way back tees at 7,500 yards anymore. I'm 54 years old. That'll if my par 5 is about 5 and a quarter, we're all good. So let's have a look at some slow-mos.